Hello everybody. So this is just an introduction to my channel. She Speaks Truth. It's September 8th, 9. Let me check the time real quick. Yeah, September 8th, 9:25. Oops. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's September 8th, 9:25 currently. I decided to name this channel She Speaks Truth because I'm just, speaking my truth. My experiences, there might be some singing, there might be some poetry. I don't know, whatever feels right at the moment. But yeah, so I'm 22, currently in college. Excuse me. Currently in college. My last year in college. And to say that this summer was just a hard summer would be a gross understatement. I would say this was a very tumultuous time for me. Just spiritually, emotionally, mentally. I feel like I grew so much in all three of those spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in all three of those categories these past 4 months, and I have probably the last 22 years of my life. And that's really saying something. And I'll get into a little bit more detail of that later. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is more just, I'm doing this channel just to progress my growth, track my growth, my spiritual growth, and just see what takes off. And whoever resonates with me and what I have to say, they resonate with me and what I have to say. Yeah, She Speaks Truth. Look out for more videos. I guess I could just, start off with a little bit of a background. And I guess, since this, I am, putting my life out there, I guess I have to be transparent. That's, not easy to do, but I'll read you an excerpt from my journal because it's kind of hard to pretty much describe what I've been going through, because it's kind of hard to how to say, describe it, from the top of my head. So as soon as I find this, okay, so I wrote this on July 27th when I was, doing an overnight shift at work. And this is basically what my channel will be about and what I will be about, pretty much. So since I don't have my journal with me, I'll write it on here. Anyways, that doesn't matter. These past couple months have been a long journey of self-discovery, self-actualization, and inner growth. After dealing with the whole situation with Redacted, which is, this person was a catalyst of all the spiritual growth that I have experienced these past 4 months. And it's not, and it's not in a good way. It was, after dealing with this person, I was really forced to take a long, good, hard look at myself, like who I was as a person. Is this who I wanted to be, what I wanted to accomplish in life? And I believe this person, I would say he was a cross between a karmic relationship and a twin flame. To this day, I still don't know what his deal is, but just to give you some backstory, Usually I either refer to him as redacted or he who shall not be named. So after dealing with the whole situation with redacted, I've come to accept my part in everything and how my lack of boundaries, self-loves, and over-the-top self-abuse fueled my codependent tendencies when it came to my relationships with men. However, I'm grateful for this experience and everything I've been through, though it was an extremely painful and heart-wrenching experience, guys. I regret nothing because it brought me here. I'm beginning to realize my purpose in this world. Sort of. Still a few question marks on that. No longer am I lost, dazed, and confused, wandering aimlessly, wondering why I'm even still alive. I've decided to completely change the way I look at things. Looking at things from a different perspective made me realize my shortcomings and confront my past traumas of emotional abuse, neglect, and fear of abandonment head on. I'm no longer ashamed of who I am or the choices I've made because I now understand what was the driving force behind it all. Underneath the surface was simply a sensitive little girl learning for genuine motherly love, patience, and understanding. And I'm going to be the one to give it to her. I realize I deserve so much more than the crumbs and leftovers I have been feeding myself. I promise to never speak or think ill of myself ever again. Self-love is such a simple yet radical concept. To love oneself wholeheartedly and completely without judgment or shame is easier said than done, but once put into practice, it becomes second nature. I've started doing daily affirmations and positive self-thought, and I've noticed I haven't had a negative self-deprecating thought in about 2 months. I promise to keep my environment clean to the best of my abilities. It represents as a representation of self-care and self-mothering. I've been making my bed, and this is a big deal for me, guys, this part. I've been making my bed every single morning and keeping my room neat and tidy. Coming home from work after a long day to a clean room and a made bed is such a self-esteem boost. Now I'm working on my work ethic and pushing myself to the best of my ability. I've decided in order to succeed in life and work, I need to be thorough and take my time. Even if it means spending more time on assignments than others, at least I know I'll do it right the first time. I've also been learning to trust my intuition and inner guide because I know they'll always have my best interest at heart. Every time I didn't listen to my discernment, I faced catastrophic consequences. My inner knowing has not been wrong once. In doing so, I avoid any and everything that was not meant for me and embrace all that was designed with me in mind. So I'm not going to read that last paragraph because that's a little bit private. But yeah, so that just gives you a little bit of background of the topics that I will be discussing on this YouTube channel. Shout out to New Mind Frame on YouTube. You know, when I was going through what I was going through, her content, it was just such a tremendous help, and it just made me realize, you know, my behaviors and why I act the way I do and do the things that I do. And she's just such a gem, and she doesn't even know me, and I'm just so grateful that she is doing what she's doing because it really has helped me a lot. And I think I'm just going to use this channel to just, you know, I guess not vent, but just, you know, like I said, track my growth and, you know, do what I got to do. And I think this is more so for me, and I'm just, you know, putting myself out there. So I'll see you guys next time, and yeah. All right, bye.